Alright, well, I took too long on that. Now let's see, are there any other things I could talk about with that remake? No, I guess that's about it. I guess I could give like an overall thoughts on it. I think the remake is worth getting. Maybe not at full price. Like I know Nintendo doesn't really do price drops, but I feel like they might on this eventually. Maybe that's me being optimistic, but this seems like one of those games that they'd put in like, you know, the Nintendo Classics lineup, and then they'd make it, you know, $40 at least, or $20 in the future. Might take a couple years, but I think we'll get there eventually. Please, for the love of God, focus. Stop trying to think about fucking the lizards! Why are they wearing thongs? Oh. Don't put that in the video. Oh, yeah, don't jump down here. If you go for the hearts, do not jump down here, because that is the last area where we fought the Zalfos. And if you fall down there, you have to climb all the way back up. Go through all the rooms again, just to get back here. Not fun. But yeah, I'm not sure it's $60 worth it, but it's worth it. It's worth playing, definitely, when you feel like the time is right, or Nintendo feels the price is right. With this remake, though, it does kind of beg the question of what do they do next in terms of remakes or remasters? Because engine-wise and style-wise, I feel like it would make the most sense to do the Oracle games next. Because, I mean, you know, they ran on basically the same engine, a very similar graphical style. They are games that could definitely be updated with a lot of the same quality of life improvements. And they could just reuse a lot of the assets. That's what they did with the original Oracle games. So, you know, it would make sense unless they want to do something like create the third Oracle game that was supposed to be a thing. Because that would be really cool. But I don't think they would ever do that. I think they would just stick to Ages and Seasons. Which would still be nice. It would be good to get remakes of those games in a couple years or so. And here we have the dungeon item, the bomb bag, which allows us to hold bombs. Yeah, straightforward, but one of the best items in the game. Because, I mean, we can just, you know, we can throw bombs. The only problem is they explode faster than bomb flowers, so if you're used to them, careful. Now, I do want to check over there, but real quick, let's just go over here and hit the switch, because that will move this pillar up and down to this level, so that we'll have a quick way to get back up here. As I just explained, Navi, don't worry about it. Navi, please get out of the way. I need to show the people something. I know you're trying to be helpful, and I appreciate it, but come on. So for those of you with a keen eye, you might recognize this little plaque here as the same one that was in Mario 64. You know, the whole L is real thing, if you know that. Although in reality, I think it just says Eternal Star in very, very low quality. But you know, that's a nice little tidbit, nice little reused asset trivia. So with that done, let's just go down here, blow up a wall, and see what's over here. Please blow up. Nice. Twofer. I think it's the gold Tula that's over here. Business scrubs. Hang on a minute, I just realized something. These are business scrubs. The only way to defeat them is by reflecting... Oh! No, okay, you can just shoot them with Deku Nuts. Okay. Deku Seeds. Ooh, but speaking of Deku Nuts, I could use some. Nice. And because you can Z-target them, you don't have to manually aim at them. Okay, you know what? No, that's fine. Now again, bringing it back to remakes and remasters, the Oracle games would probably make the most sense to do next. But in my head, another contender for what could be next is Skyward Sword. Because that game is the only 3D Zelda game that has not been remade or remastered in some way. And honestly, it could benefit from an HD remaster, because that game has a very nice art style. And I think giving it some 1080p, or even just 720p qualities, characteristics, whatever, would be very beneficial to it. And also, being able to play with just like Joy-Cons and not having to have a Wii Motion Plus accessory, probably be very good for people. Oh shit! The only thing I would have with the Skyward Sword remaster is I know they wouldn't fix the main problem I have with that game, and that's the last third or so. Because, okay, I'll probably play Skyward Sword eventually for the channel, but I'll go over what I don't like here quickly. So in Skyward Sword, there's a point in the game. I did it again. So in Skyward Sword, there's a point in the game where you have to meet with this Skywill dude, and his name's Levias. And you gotta talk to him in order to have him teach you a song, son of a bitch, that you need in order to unlock the final dungeon in the game. Sounds simple enough. So, you know, you go talk to him, you go deal with his stuff. That's all done. So it's like, okay, now I gotta get the song, we're in the final dungeon. No, you're gonna deal with filler. Because he's like, alright, well, I could teach you the song now, but how about you prove to me you're a hero, huh? Huh? So then you've got to revisit the 3 areas you've already revisited once, again, and do odd jobs for the dragons that are there. Like, you know, do the underwater segment for whatever reason, because she was pissed off at the enemy, the moblins or whatever. And then you gotta go through a stealth section, because the dragon there was like, oh, I was just kind of feeling lit, so I blew up. Oops. Which is really dumb, and it just feels like an excuse to give you more gameplay. It just feels like a padding excuse, sort of thing. I mean, at least with the... Oh, look at that, a Deku shield. Nice. My rupees are safe. I know, just hanging out over an eye. That's cool. Like, did they not think we were going to try to go in here? Come on. It's too cool not to. At least with the Thunder Dragon, dude, they at least give you a good reason in order to go through gameplay stuff. Because it's like, he's dead, so you gotta kind of go back in time and make sure he doesn't die of being sick. And you actually go through some new areas in the desert. So, you know, it actually feels, you know, it doesn't feel lazy, I guess. Whereas the other two, it's just sort of like they wanted to pad out the gameplay more, so the game was longer, and it felt more worth it, I guess. Because, okay, I have this theory. Oh shit. Oh no. No. So I have this theory that So I have this theory that Skyward Sword originally didn't have these sections in the game, and that they were only added sometime late into development just to make the game longer. Because when you finish all of the areas and stuff, and you go back and learn the song in order to get into the final dungeon, before you actually get into the dungeon, you play the song, and you have to go through another Silent Realm. Well, the Silent Realms you went through before were only really in the middle part of the game. You didn't really do them anytime in the third part of the game. So it's like, why would they bring that back now? Or it feels like, you know, they probably meant for you to do that earlier, you know, along with the other Silent Realms. And that's why I think they originally were like, well, this was going to be right after the sand ship and some story. But instead, it's like, no. We want this game to be longer. We're going to give you more to do. And honestly, that's my main problem with Skyward Sword, is that... Because the thing is, I do enjoy those parts of the game, but they really don't need to be there. And my idea to make Skyward Sword better is to make those parts optional. Because there's not really any important items you get while doing that. Those are all sort of in the earlier parts of the game. So just make those parts optional. So when you meet Levias, he'll just give you the song immediately, and he's like, you know, I hear the other dragons might have something for you to do or something. But you don't have to do that. You can just go straight to playing the song, doing the Silent Realm, final dungeon, beat the game. And I feel like that would make the game feel less padded out, because before then, I think the game has a pretty good pace, and is very solid. But then once it hits there, it's just like, it kind of just drags on. And that's where I come at a crossroads with a Skyward Sword remaster, because I think that would be one of the main ways to fix that game, by making a large part of the game like that optional. But I don't think they would do that, because it's like, well, no, it's part of the game. That's just how it is. But it's like, kind of makes it worse, though, and if it was just made optional, I think the game would benefit a lot from that. I mean, it wouldn't fix some of the things like the stupid reasoning of the water dragon flooding the forest, or of the fire dragon doing that bullshit. And it's not like they haven't done anything similar to this, because like with the Wind Waker HD remaster, remake, whatever, they did some altering to the Triforce Hunt, so that some of them, you didn't find the charts, you just found the piece. Which saved on money, time, all that good stuff. So, you know, maybe they would do something like that for Skyward Sword, but I don't think they would. So I kind of don't want to remaster, because it would look great in HD, and being able to play it with Joy-Cons instead of Wii Remote Plus or whatever would be nice. But the thing is, they wouldn't fix my main problem with the game, so it's like, it could be better, but eh. Whereas conversely, the Link's Awakening remake is, they fixed the things I didn't like about the game, but they kind of muddle up some other things along the way. Not by a huge amount, but, you know, things that I think could have been done in a more, or better, or so way, you know? I can go on about these remakes, but let's stop for now. Link's hair kind of looking like a block of cheese. So we're just gonna backflip in here. And, oh, we didn't take fall damage for some reason, but, uh-oh, I think we've got bigger problems to deal with. Oh my god, the T-Rex, I mean, King Dodongo. Just throw a bomb in. No, no, Link, throw it! Good. Alright, now what you do is when they swallow up, to charge for a fire attack, you go up there, you walk up to them and throw a bomb in them, and then they'll, you know, do the thing. Maybe have my bombs out, not fairy bottle. Oh well, I don't care. And that's it. Gigantic lizard monster, taken down with 2 hits of a stick. That's it. And he crawls into a ball and falls into the depths of Brightstar depths. So Darunia, tell me, was this really a problem? It took me bashing his head with 2 Deku sticks just to take out their king. Was this really a problem? Cause Gorons are strong, and that's all it took. Was it really a problem just so your Goron people could finally go back in and eat rocks? Rocks? It's like there are rocks everywhere. Sure, they're not as good rocks, but it's like, you know, you'll live, at least. Sure, it's a problem, but, you know, you're not gonna die of starvation. That's just being fucking picky. Like, is it really worth going to take out all these Dodongos in the Dodongo cavern? This is probably their, like, natural habitat. This is probably their natural habitat, and we just came in and murdered them all. Because the big muscled rock man told us to. Because his people are picky about rocks to eat. I do not like the Gorons in this game, alright? They're cool in Twilight Princess. They're cool in Majora's Mask, even. The, like, 3 you see in... Okay, well, the 3 you see in Wind Waker are just, like, I don't know, but... Just fuck them in this game, you know? Fuck them. You didn't hear that, right? I heard everything. I mean, you know, Darunia is kind of cool. I do like him, but... Yeah, thanks for committing lizard genocide. Now we can eat gourmet food instead of McDonald's. I can't believe the Dodongos suddenly appear in such great numbers. You mean in the Dodongo's cavern? Yeah, it's weird. And a big rock blocking the cave. Well, you do live right next to a volcano. Chances are a tremor happened or something, and a landslide occurred. Maybe the boulder just got shifted. I don't know, it doesn't seem unnatural, if you ask me. I also just realized I've not taken a single sip of my coffee that I made like an hour ago for this. Oh, that's soothing. That's so soothing. It's so good. See? Alright. Look. I can... Now, what happened with the Deku tree? Yeah, fine. It was probably him. I admit, he probably lit those torches under him, smoked him out to death. Fine. But between Zelda saying he looks shady or evil or whatever just because he looks like someone she saw in a dream, and then Darunia saying that a rock blocking a cave at the bottom of an active volcano that regularly erupts, like you will see later, and Dodongos suddenly appearing in the Dodongo's cavern, I'm pretty sure there's like some conspiracy against Ganondorf. I don't think he's that bad of a guy. I think people are just trying to frame this man, alright? They hate him that much in Smash that they're going through all this trouble just to paint him in this picture of being some grand evil mastermind. Look, he killed a tree. Alright, that sucked. That's bad. But come on. Also, wait a minute. All I had to do to open the cave was use the bomb rock placed right next to it and blew up the rock next to it. They couldn't have done that? They had to wait for a kid who had to wear a bracelet that they gave to him in order to open it. I don't know if it's Ganon. Like, Ganon probably knows these guys are fucking morons, and he took advantage of that. He probably didn't even do anything evil. Like, none of this was probably caused by him. He was just like, alright, well, these guys are too stupid to realize this is all natural occurrences. So I'm gonna use this to my advantage. He's not evil. Alright, well, it's kind of a little evil, but not like uber tier evil. He's just, you know, a man in the moment. I really did not risk anything coming here. Just take this as a token of our friendship. Weren't you gonna give this to me normally? No. Behold! The second jewel of our quest. The Goron's Ruby. Please tell me that's what it's called. So yeah, 2 out of 3. We're almost there. Oh, I don't like that zoom in. You did great. How about a big Goron hug, brother? No, I'm good.